All right. Last question. So, have you ever felt guilty for bringing kids into this fucked up racist world?
Oh man, yeah. It's messed up out here, man. it's messed up, man.
So, like, how old were they when you started feeling guilty?
Mm.
Like, damn, I really brought him out, this motherfucker.
All right, so my answer was
Go ahead.
I didn't feel guilty when I had my daughter because the climate wasn't like this in 2000. What, in 2009, the climate wasn't like this. We were kind of right there at the end of the.
Oh man.
We was in the midst of Barack.
Yeah.
All the
Recession just dropped.
Yeah, all the stuff going on overseas still. It was still kind of us versus them.
Yeah.
Like USA versus everybody else type shit.
Some of that U.S. pride was still on the high.
Right. We was still in the we was on the last leg of it though, but we was still at the cusp of that. And so, but with my boy, shit, man, some of the stuff we got away with, some of the stuff that we didn't know was wrong. That'll get you locked the fuck up at 14 now. Cause like he talking about like popping a girl, bra strap.
Man.
Like man, I accidentally, I can't even say this, but I hit a girl with a goddamn center block throwing fucking rocks.
Woo! This is the toughest nigga on earth.
Listen to me, it was a piece.
It was a piece of cinder block. Okay.
It was a piece. We was at the baseball games. It was at the baseball games over there behind in front of Deep Creek High.
Yeah.
Whatever that little play park where all the baseball games used to be.
Oh yeah, okay. Deep Creek Elementary joint.
Yeah. And through the jank and hit the girl. Yeah, I had to throw with 2 hands. That's the truth. No, you stupid. But yeah. And so, but I couldn't imagine this shit now.
Why'd you throw the piece?
We were throwing rocks at each other. Old man came over there and was like, yo, nigga, stop. I was all right. The last one. And that jank clinked her dead in her head. Knocked her out. Boom.
Damn.
Dude, but that shit have got me locked up. Like, I mean, you know what I'm saying? My dad beat my ass out there. That would have, now, he'll be in jail.
Mm-hmm.
They would have took me and my sister.
Got a similar story.
They would have, and could you imagine now? Could you imagine nigga like me growing up in the system?
Oh, man.
This is fucked up, bro.
Yeah, you want the system.
That shit would have been fucked up.
So what's your story?
Man, almost similar. I've been there, man. That's why I appreciate my dad. We were playing the water. It was a water gun fight, water balloons. I grabbed a watermelon rind and threw it at this girl. It had water in it, but I threw it at her. Knocked out her tooth. Woo. She was crying. Man,
so much violence against women.
No, but we were kids. I mean, you didn't
kids.
know. I mean, we were kids, man. They out there playing with us. We think they playing like, you know, it was a watermelon rind filled with water, like it was like, you know, broken off. But I threw it, and I threw it hard, like it splashed water on it, but it broke her tooth. I mean, it knocked it out. She was crying. Everything was fine. I thought everything was fine. Dad caught wind of it, came back there, whooped my ass at that party. I was like, whoo, never forget it. I said, okay. And now we follow each other on IG, so we're cool. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So we're cool. You know what I'm saying? But that's one of those moments like, man, okay, I got to be careful how I play with women, girls, or anything like that. Like, all right.
Yeah, when somebody tell me stop, I might not see the reason why, but poof, that was a good one.
Yeah,
we just throwing rocks.
Could you imagine that now with social media now and they getting caught?
That's what I'm saying.
Situations?
That's what I'm saying,
bro.
My old man be in jail for real, bro.
That's crazy.
For real. Like, dude, man. Yeah.
This world is, as far as a racist, how you feel about it? I mean, with race, I ain't feel guilty. Just, man, this world is crazy. We just gotta do our best job to get them prepared for it, man. Cause you think about the first time you ever knew about race growing up. Us, like our young minds growing up.
I was I was always aware of race. I wasn't. I wasn't one of the kids that had to.
Was you out here the whole time? You been out Chesapeake?
Yeah. Well, no. I mean, I moved to Norfolk in like 15, 17 years ago, but parents still live.
No, I'm talking about when you were growing up.
Oh yeah, the whole time. Oh yeah, where we were at. Back there, yeah.
That's
okay. I put it like that, yeah. Okay, but I'm talking, yeah, because you know what? I went to Deep Creek Elementary, and this was one time I first heard the N word. That's when they said the Batman joke, Batmobile or something
broke his wheel.
Granny pulled the trigger and shot a nigga or something. It was some nursery
I ain't
rhyme.
heard that version.
No,
that one. No,
it was like
Official Deep Creek
Batmobiles.
remix.
It was some nursery rhyme like
that sound like the
Granny something.
the Christmas song flip.
Some Christmas song flip.
Granny and nigger, God.
Yeah, and I came home and said it, and my mom and my dad were like, just flabbergasted, like, what the, like, where'd you hear that, man? And I told them, I was like, shit, I heard the song at school, sounding hot. Like, you know, I was a little kid, I was like kindergarten. I heard it, and I repeated it, you know,
thought you was on some shit.
being impressionable, you know what I'm saying? So you come back at your home, you see it, and that's kind of like, oh, shit, all right, this word is serious, so it's something different. Because, I mean, I grew up around, you know, a mixed, diverse, a lot of people. I knew I was black. I knew they was white, but other than that, that was nothing big, nothing, no, you know what I'm saying? Nothing really big.
Yeah, see, my thing is, I always noticed patterns. So I was like, when I was like 4 years old, I used to play like Tetris, like by myself at 4 and kill that shit. Cause it's like, I'm like good with patterns and stuff. I'm puzzles. Yeah. So that's where a lot of me noticing things about race came from. By the time I'm like 6 years old, I started realizing, like noticing a pattern of they talk to the white kids like this. Why they talk to us like this? And so looking around like, hey man, what the fuck? Hey, how come?
Nah, I like
why
that.
is this? Why is this like that? Why is this like that? And just like a whole bunch of other stuff. So I was always like aware of it. This is like my earliest memory of dealing with something racist, even though it took me like a couple of years to realize it was racist, is like when I was 5 or 6 years old, going to the school book fair, and tried to buy a book, and the white lady wouldn't sell me the book.
Wow, what book was it?
Some book. I don't know. It was, so I tried to buy a book and she wouldn't sell it to me. And I'm like looking at her like, why can't I buy this book? And her response to me was, because you can't read.
Damn.
Yeah, and I was just like,
you were a kid.
Yeah, I'm a kid.
Shit.
And I was like, yes, I can read. And she was like, she made me open up the book and read the book to her before she would sell it to me.
Yo, and the library was our thing, you know. That was like our social media back then. Like, And damn. After I read it to her, it's like she got mad and sold me the book. But it was like I felt like I had did something bad from the way she was talking. Because, you know, all you know is your parents tell you listen to the grown-ups. And the grown-ups tell me I can't read, but I can read. And it's like, am I being bad for reading? Like, what the fuck? Yeah, what the fuck? This.
And I really remember walking back to the classroom feeling like I done did something wrong with this book. Like, I don't know.
Am I supposed to have this?
Yeah. And that'll mess a kid up because you're thinking like, damn, maybe I'm supposed to dumb it down.
So, question: when did you what middle school you went to?
I went to Deep Creek Middle. This is right when it was building the Hugo. Okay. So I went from 97. That was the year they were building it. Then where I was zoned at, where we were zoned at, right on Camelot Boulevard or over there by Janice Lane and all that. Then I had to go to Hugo. Okay. So then in 98 I went to Hugo, and then, you know.
That's crazy because we right
there. Yeah, we right there. Yeah.
Our school was majority black.
That's crazy.
So I ain't started really experiencing white folk until we got to Hugo.
Oh really? Oh yeah, yeah. We were way back there.
Yeah, that's like where y'all Camelot motherfuckers went to Hugo. That shit is weird as hell.
Right.
It's weird because the way they zoned it. That's what everybody. Boom, y'all going over here, and it was like people that stayed like. Chesapeake townhouses and everything else. They were going. They were going to Deep Creek. Yeah.
I think they did it because I went to Deep Creek Middle, and Deep Creek Middle's small as shit. So I think that's why they did it.
It was.
Like Camelot has so many fucking kids.
Chesapeake was growing. We didn't realize it, but you had
everything back off a shipyard was coming up.
Yeah.
So all the marsh creeks and all that stuff was coming up. But yeah, I just wondered because was that a culture shock for you? I mean,
I hated 97. I hated my 7th grade year. I'll get into that, but I love 98. I loved it. One of the other stories I wanted to get back into about the race was when I noticed that not a pattern, but when my aunts, I had took a trip to Cincinnati. I have an aunt in Cincinnati.
Shout out to High Tech.
Yeah, and I wanted a Malcolm X shirt, and I think the shirt was out, and my mom, my dad, and my aunt were all like, you know how you go to a graphic design shirt, and you say, I want that one. I see all my hip hop guys, I like rocking it. Yeah. I want that one. And it's around the time, you know, Professor X and Native Tongues, and everybody's rocking it. So I want that one. And they were kind of like, nah. They were more like precautions, because it was more like they had to break down. You know who Malcolm X is? I said, well, you know what the X stands for? I said, it was Malcolm X, you know, or whatever. I knew a little bit about him. Right. I think at that time the Spike Lee movie wasn't out then, but they broke it down. My parents broke it down, and my aunt was like, not in a way like they were trying to deter me for it, but they was more like, I think they were more scared for a kid to be walk around wearing a Malcolm X shirt when it's more like he's about by any means necessary of power, and it kind of makes white people nervous. Not or any other race. I don't want to say just the white people, but any
White people.
It makes you feel like you're white people. It makes you feel like you're a rebel. You know what I'm saying? Or you're disruptive or something. So I think they were more scared of what message they might send. But that opened my eyes to like, all right, what the fuck is the big deal about this? So I look more into it, and that kind of opened my eyes up. And it's more, that's my aunt. Thank God for my aunt, 'cause I love her. Because any Source magazine I wanted, she was like, if you want to read, you buy it for him. If he want whatever he wants, you buy it. So I got a shitload of double XLs and Source magazines because of her. But she made me like, all right, I'll get you that shirt if you can go back and read and tell me, you know, about them and all this. So I had to go back and deep. But that was one of them things that opened my eyes to race, being a little older, like, all right, oh shit, it's a little different out here. Like, you know what I'm saying? And the more I kind of feel like movies didn't raise me, but they gave me an outlet to watch everything, like do the right thing and shit. Jungle Fever, even then when I wasn't really supposed to be watching Higher Learning. Oh my God, yo! But it was like, okay. Man.
Hey, when the last time you seen Higher Learning?
It's been a while, man.
You should watch it again as an adult. It looks totally different.
Really?
Like, Remy doesn't seem like he's that bad.
No, he was confused.
Yeah, exactly.
He was trying to find identity. He was trying to find identity.
And he got run. Yeah, they
pushed
him towards
identity.
Yeah,
that's why it's dope, man. Like, shout out to my pops, man. I appreciate him because the first real hood movie, to me, my coming of age movie was Juice. I think it was either Juice. I watched Juice. I gotta look at the IMDb and see what year it came out. But I think Boys in the Hood came out first because it was like 92,
so
91.
basically what you're saying is your parents did the right thing and not letting you watch rated R movies and shit when you was a kid.
They did though. I appreciated it though because
I was seeing everything.
I'm about to say we seen Boys because by the time we was of age of Boys in the Hood, dude, it'd probably been out a couple years before.
I think I seen it as soon as it hit VHS. Me and my dad, I remember we sat down in the living room and watched Boys in the Hood, and that kind of opened my eyes to like, oh shit, like, all right, I gotta watch out like from these so-called friends and these choices, shit like that. And I think the other those two movies kind of shaped like. All right, I need to be aware of what's really going on here. Juice and Boys in the Hood. Like, because those were like...
I know Juice had to fuck you up.
Yeah. Juice was crazy because I feel like I identified with Trey. So I was like, I was, suburban dude. I ain't really want no shit. Like, I wasn't no street dude. And then you had in Juice, I like Q. Q was just all about the music. So it was kind of like those two things shaped my eyes to like watch this world, how they perceive you, and it's crazy.
See, yeah, with me, it was a lot of just real life experience. I'm talking about like 7 years old, went to the store with my cousins and picked up a Milky Way just to look at it to see, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, Milky Way. And I picked it up and I just hear somebody screaming. I'm like, somebody's getting yelled at. And I looked, like the lady was yelling at me.
Damn.
She was like, you want to buy that? You going to buy that? You going to buy that? Do you buy?
Shit.
You buy? And I was like, what going on? So I'm looking like, I'm confused. Like, the bitch talking to me?
Damn.
I'm like 7. Like, she talking to me? What the fuck going on? Then, my cousin, like, when it was with me, he, like, took it and then put it back, and we walked out. And they was, and then, like, nobody mentioned it. Like, it was just, so to me, it was just, like, this bizarre shit that just happened. And, like, nobody. And,
like some Twilight shit. Like, like Twilight Zone. Like, yo, what's going on?
What the fuck going on here? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Shit like that. So.
Damn.
Lots and lots of stuff. So.
That's wild. How about you? Any culture shots?
Another thing that I know is like, I'm not special in the fact that like I'm the only one that was going through shit, but I've noticed is that I'm the only one that was noticing it as a child.
Early.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Whereas like, so a lot of motherfuckers didn't realize they were, like, I'll be hanging out with my little cousin and we go to the store and they be following us around the store and he wouldn't notice, but I would. Damn. So it's like, if it wasn't for me pointing it out to him, he would never know, and he'd be going, and he'd be like in his 20s before he realized.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it would be, so people think that they're not being racially profiled, but you really are. You just don't notice.
You don't know it, yeah.
That's clean shit, because by the time I start realizing, then I start recollecting all the times that happened back.
Yeah,
was like,
yeah.
Oh, that's
because I had mad white friends and black friends, and it was like I did know the certain differences. But it was like
the one white boy in Camelot.
There was one white boy.
Oh, it was one white boy. I forgot his name. I remember this.
Lucas.
Yeah. I remember Lucas. Yeah,
that was my man.
Hey, I wonder where Lucas is at now, man.
Shout out to Luke.
Flying planes, bro.
Word?
Air Force, an officer.
Oh, that's dope.
His sister, something. She an officer in the army.
That's fire. Yeah. I remember Lucas, yo.
Yeah.
Shout out to Lucas, man. Yeah, man. The culture shock is different, man. Especially when we was growing up back then.
Okay, that's another thing too, because like I said last time about how I always had white friends. So that's another thing that I would help me notice patterns of things different. Because like they say, they tell y'all that racism is taught to white folks. That's shit real. Because like when you a kid, ain't no black white. So I'm just to them it's just like, hey mom, this my friend, and like all the kids is cool, but the parents looking like. There's a nigger.
I can tell you.
There's a nigger in my house.
Hold on. I'm gonna tell you climbing. I'm gonna tell you climbing now because my daughter came home with this Thursday.
Oh man.
Some riding the bus, coming home. Now mind you, she go to Camelot. So coming home from the bus, some white girl said to another black girl beside my daughter, "You're ugly because you're black."
Oh man.
And so.
Oh yeah, that's.
Yeah, you're ugly because you're black. And she was just like, my daughter came to me. I guess she told her mom the story. Her mom was like, "Go to your daddy." And so she came to me with.
So you had all the black power.
Because your mom, probably mom was ready to fire her. I know that.
So she was like, "Go to your daddy."
Go to your daddy. I know what that means.
And so
that's
it's like,
code for. I'm ready to fuck. I know what that's code for.
So she hit me up and was like, "Yeah. So why did she say that?" And all I could tell her was like, "Baby, you don't know what goes on in people's household," and she was taught that, and she thought it was okay to come outside with that. And she was like, "But why would she say that? And it's all of us here." I'm like, "What do you mean all of us?" She's like, "Nothing but black kids on the bus. Why would she do that?"
It would have had sense.
Yeah.
She has a lot of
like,
good
why
sense.
Why would she do that? And I was like, baby, she was like, all I could do is go tell the teacher. I mean, the bus driver. And I was like, okay, good. I was like, did you hear it? Make sure you heard it before you go telling and everything else. You know, just don't go by no he say she saying whoop de whoop and all that stuff. And she was like, yeah, but my friend was crying.
Oh man.
And so it's just like,
that's fucked up.
She asked me why was she crying? Cause don't she know that black is beautiful? And I'm like, okay, good.
You're doing a good job.
Fucking right.
Yeah,
you know?
I know, right?
Like,
Yeah.
Like, she shouldn't be ashamed of that and everything. And then she went back to the white girl. Because mind you, we got a mixed in family. So we have white, we got Filipino, everything that's mixed in our family. So like, so why would she say that? And I had to reiterate again, like, her people in her house is fucked up.
Yeah.
They're racist, and this is what they talk. This is how they talk behind closed doors. And she thought it was okay. There wasn't that.
And most
what
kids
you
just
do with that,
what they hear, see.
What you do with that is you just feed that with a long handled spoon. You ain't gotta be mean to her, but just play her back. Just, you know, you might not want to be too close. You know what I'm saying? She said she was just joking. It was April Fool's joke. That's not a goddamn
that's not
joke.
A joke.
So now she knows she was wrong. So now just play her off. Leave her alone.
That's crazy.
Let her be. And she was like, okay. And like, all I was like, how old are you? How old are you? I'm like 9. So I'm just registering in my head. Her first, the first one she brought home was 9. And I'm like, God damn, she's fucking 9.
And that's sad for the other little girl because they probably give her a complex if she's not strong. Somebody telling her like, yo, you beautiful, don't worry about that. That's crazy.
Yeah.